Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office says the remaining living hostages could be released as soon as Monday in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. Celebrations are continuing in the enclave, with Hamas confirming it's received guarantees from the US and other mediators that the war will be over. We've got correspondents in Israel tonight, Matthew Doran in Tel Aviv, and we'll start with Eric Twarchek in Jerusalem.
They've seen the worst of this war and survived. Medics celebrate among the ruins of Gaza City. Elsewhere, crowds gathered in joy outside an emergency ward. Palestinians relieved the fighting could soon be over.
I was so happy when I heard news of the ceasefire that I handed out sweets to celebrate.
Yet even now, people are still dying. Millions are displaced and nearly 70,000 Gazans are dead.
Why couldn't this have happened before my husband was killed? Before my life was destroyed?
A question Israelis have also been asking in Tel Aviv's Hostage Square. For 2 years, they've been demanding a rapid deal to bring home their loved ones. Now it could happen as soon as Monday.
We have been let down before. Hamas has already announced that they can't find some of the murdered hostages. My cousin is a murdered hostage. Nice. And we have a commitment to every one of the 48.
Many Israelis credit Donald Trump with forcing through this deal. One farmer ploughed his name into a field, and the American flag was projected onto the walls of the old city in Jerusalem. Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and his close friend, Steve Witkoff, sat in on the Israeli cabinet as it debated the deal, dissuading doubters.
We couldn't have achieved it without the extraordinary help of President Trump and his team and the combined military and diplomatic pressure that isolated Hamas.
Others credit pressure on Israel and the recognition of a Palestinian state at the UN last month by countries including Australia. The Foreign Minister today welcoming this deal.
It's an important step towards a ceasefire, return of hostages and a sustainable path to a long-term peace.
A lasting peace still looks far away. Both the parties and the peacemakers have put off the difficult questions, like who will run Gaza after the war and will Israel completely withdraw from the Strip? Questions for tomorrow. But today, a rare moment of hope for Gaza and Israel. Eric Twarchek, ABC News, Jerusalem.
And Middle East correspondent Matthew Doran joins us now from Hostage Square in Tel Aviv. Matthew, how will the next few days play out?
Joe, good evening to you. We know that the decision by the Netanyahu Security Cabinet to agree to this plan, albeit with a number of unsurprising dissenting voices, has set the clock ticking on events over the next couple of days or so. First of all will be the ceasefire. There had been a bit of confusion as to whether or not that would happen immediately after the Netanyahu government agreed to the plan. It hasn't. There were strikes in Gaza following it, so we are expecting that to begin within the next 24 hours, likely in the very early hours of tomorrow morning local time. Leading up to that, Israeli forces will be withdrawing to those agreed lines to allow the hostage releases to begin in the 72 hours after that ceasefire comes into force. That takes us into Monday, perhaps Tuesday for those hostage releases, and then that in and of itself will trigger Israeli authorities to free Palestinians from Israeli jails, some of them convicted of very serious crimes. Others have never faced any charges whatsoever but have been held in detention for many, many months. So there are a lot of moving pieces here, Joe, but the wheels are certainly in motion for a dramatic shift in what has been a deadly and grinding 2-year war.